Good morning, and thank you for being here with me today. Won't you please become focused with me as we come before God our Father and we ask that He allows me to open my mouth and He bring utterance, that He lets the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in His sight, that He sends down fresh manna from heaven, designed with us in mind, designed to stir up that gift of Theos within us and keep us moving up the highway towards our highest good. And for that this morning, we are grateful. We are grateful this morning. I want you to be reminded that this is still March and we are still in the month of strength. And our apostle is Andrew. The color is green. The idea is strength, and the faculty of the body is the loin. Strength, according to Webster's definition, is the quality or state of being strong. Being strong means to have the ability to withstand great force or pressure, the capacity for exertion or endurance, power to resist force, power of resisting attack, a strong attribute or inherent asset. I want you to be reminded that strength is the idea of physical, mental, and spiritual energy of God. Spiritual strength is measured by what one can carry. Physical strength is measured by what one can carry, but spiritual strength is measured by what one can bear. And spiritual strength comes to us from God. It's what draws us closer to God. In and of ourselves, we have no strength. All the strength that we have comes from God. I want you also to be reminded that in the second Timothy, 1st chapter, in the 7th verse, it tells us that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. It's that spiritual strength that comes to us from God. He wants us to be encouraged. He wants us to have strength enough to have faith in Him, to have strength, to trust Him as the author of all of our tomorrows, to trust that He has us by His hand and He is leading us along the way according to His will, aligned to His will, ordered in His word. We have to trust His word. We have to trust Him. We have to trust the strength that He has given us to keep the commandments. We have to stand in that strength, even when you are weary, even when you have sorrow, even when you are in the valley. He is your strength, even in the valley. Knowing that if there is a valley, there is a mountain. And once you reach the top, you must have the strength to go on to the next mountain. On to the next mountain. Without a mountain, would there be any victories? If you didn't have to climb to the top, would there be any challenges? I want you to understand that He knows that your soul would get weary. He knows that you would experience sorrow, but He is standing there with you to strengthen you according to His word. In His word, He has written that He will give you strength. In Isaiah, the 40th chapter, in the 10th verse, it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." He didn't say I'm your God in some situations, through some trials. He says, I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Why his righteous right hand? That hand that is the strongest. That hand that is righteous. That hand that is holding you, guiding you, leading you, directing you, and protecting you. That hand that pulls you up and pulls you out. That hand that is, you ever wish you could just have a hand up? You ever wish you could just have a hand to hold on to? Psalms, the 119th chapter and the 28th verse says, my soul is weary with sorrow. Strengthen me according to your word, because it's in the word. Nehemiah, the 8th chapter and the 10th verse says, do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. And then we back up on Isaiah. Don't fear. Do not fear. Not just don't fear, but don't even be dismayed. Sometimes circumstances appear on this physical plane that may cause you sorrow and despair and fear. But he says, don't fear. Be strong, be courageous, and know that I will strengthen you and help you. I have got your back. I'm watching your 6. I got you. He's got your 6. Who else could you turn to have better comfort and faith in than somebody who you know has got your 6? If you know somebody's got your 6, you know someone has your back. You know they're back there to lift you up, to prop you up, to hold you up, to keep you. You can move forward strong and courageous. On today, I invite you to trust in God and trust in the strength that he has given you, because he will not fail you or forsake you. He's got your 6. Amen. Trusting and hoping that I've said something today just to start you to thinking. As always, my prayer for you is that you remain Christ-centered and you continue to be blessed.